Psalms 1 and 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. First, I want to say, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Kakras. I want to give credit to Great Millstone for showing and teaching this word through the videos. We want to give credit to the apostles for pushing the word that people like me can go on ahead and receive it. And today, I want to talk a little bit about conduct, a little about how we should perceive some things, because we easily can go off just by doing simple things in our minds, and if we ain't at least got some kind of edification to show us what's going on with how we thinking and how we looking at stuff, it might be something that something here that you can use to keep you rather than have you going off. So let's go on ahead and jump into it without further ado. We're going to reread that first verse, and it says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. That's Proverbs 1 and 5, Proverbs 1 8. My son shall hear the intention of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Proverbs 1:10. My son, if sinners entice thee, counsel or consent thou not. Proverbs 1 and 15. My son, walk not thou in the way with them, refrain thy foot from their path. Proverbs 1:28. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Proverbs 1 and 31. Therefore shall they out of the fruit of their own way. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. To put that kind of in a nutshell, he's calling you wise if you'll, hear the words of the Lord. Hear the words of Yahweh coming at you, and understanding them, and if you don't understand them, dealing with wise counsel, so that you can get a correct breakdown, so that you can understand them. Lord Yahweh is also telling us that we need to listen, to the instruction of our fathers, and but it doesn't mean don't listen to your mom. You gotta listen to your mothers too. But the father's instruction, we come through the fathers, so our father's wisdom and his instruction is what we are instructed to listen to, because that's how the code was written for us. The Most High deals with the man, and dealing with the man, you gotta listen to the rules and instructions that come from him, which is what we pass on and on, generation to generation. If people around you are enticing you to do things that you shouldn't do, refrain from it. Get away from them. Take the time to evaluate what's going on around you, and really take a look deeply at what people are trying to get you involved in. And if you're a follower, that is kind of, normally a hard thing for you to do, because you got a bunch of other ideas in your head about feeling cool and about feeling like you want to be accepted or wanted. But the reality is this word, if it's for you, wants you well more than this world does. This world does not want you, so setting your foot in pathways in this world will ultimately get you killed. And the Most High tells us to refrain from doing that. And in those times when people are running that wrong race, running on the left side of knowledge, they seem to have the way of getting themselves in trouble, and then all of a sudden they want to call on the Most High. And he said, people are going to look for me, and they're not going to find me. They're not going to find the fact that, they're just not gonna find them. They're not gonna be available to them. You know, so it'll behoove you to listen to this message and kind of go on ahead and forsake some of that other knowledge and try to start replacing that with some of this word, so that you can start putting your foot in the right direction. And it's one thing to realize when you live in your life that the Most High is helping you out. I mean, everything that goes on up under the sun, the Most High got to deal with everything. When you eat in the morning or when you lay down and go to sleep at night, it's hard. It's even harder in this world when the Most High is not looking out for you. You on your own. Whenever you go to work and you don't work, you don't eat. At least if the Most High got your back, you'll still eat. He'll still feed you. He'll still show you love. He'll still show you ways to get out of situations that you might get yourself into on ignorance. But once you decide to go on ahead and abandon this knowledge, all of that's over. You on your own. So eventually you don't have to feed and deal with yourself on your own devices. And this world ain't giving you nothing. So, suggest you start getting into this word and paying attention, getting right. We're going to move on to Proverbs chapter 2. It says, my son, if thou chapter 2, verse 1, my son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, Proverbs 2 and 2, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart to understanding. Proverbs 2 and 10, when wisdom entereth into thine heart and knowledge is planted unto thy soul. Proverbs 2 and 11, discretion shall preserve thee and understanding shall keep thee. Where we going with that? The Most High is telling us to take these words and write them down in our heart, and write the understanding of them down in our minds, and put it in your soul. I mean, this is stuff that you use every day. You use this every single day of your life. Every time you take a breath, every time you make a decision, every time you have a thought, every time you have a conversation with somebody, it doesn't really matter. Using the discretion of this word will preserve you, and it will preserve you. It will make sure that you stay kept. It'll make sure that the Most High will continue to keep you. And the understanding shall keep you walking in the right path. So to make sure that you're able to, make sure that you're walking in the right path and doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, you got to have some kind of understanding of this word to know that these scriptures are offering exactly that to you. They're offering you truth. They're offering you understanding. They're offering you correction. And, the only way you can get that is seriously by looking into these words. And, you just really got to get into this word and make it happen. So we're going to move on to Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5. We're going to read Proverbs 1 through 7. It says, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to you. See, that's what I'm telling you right there. Keep the laws and keep the commandments. You're going to add days to your life. You're going to add time to yourself. Things that you did, with all the iniquity that you had on you before you got into this word. You start to erase those old marks that was against you. You start to erase those old figures of time that was about to become your reality. You start to erase that once you start keeping His word, keeping these commandments. Lord is telling you that I can give you more time. I can add a little more life to you. What I'm saying? If you keep my way. Everything that everything that the Most High does, it generates life. He's not generating death in us. He's not giving you these rules and these commandments and statutes to generate death. He's doing it to go ahead and create life. That's why at the end of this world, which is coming up very quickly, he lets you know that if you keep this until the end, you'll have a crown of life. It's just that simple. You keep the word, you'll get life at the end. You know. So it says, let not mercy and truth forsake thee, bind them around their neck, and write them upon the table of thy heart. It says, so shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. See, that's letting you know right there. The conduct of a man will be shown in this world as good conduct when you keep in the Most High's words. Keeping the law the best you can. Keeping the statutes and understanding in your heart. All of this is a diagram of how you should live, a diagram of how you should speak and how you should think and how you should treat other people. Even though we're not here to appease people in this world, we're not here to be friendly with everybody in this world. We're not here for none of that. The reality is, this is for us Israelites. This is the way we need to be treating each other as Israelites. I needed to make sure to make that clear, because it kind of sounded like I was going off a little bit about dealing with the world. It's not for the world. It's for the Israelites. It's for us. It's for your brethren. This is what you're supposed to keep, and this is how you look to the world when it talks about man. This is trusting the Most High with all thy heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. And it says, in all thy ways acknowledge the Most High, and he shall direct thy paths. And it says, be not wise in thine own eyes, for fear from the Lord and depart from evil. Basically, we're kind of going over the same thing that way. He's just kind of reiterating, you acknowledge me in all your ways. And when you acknowledge me in all your ways, that's the way of putting me first. And when you put me first and you keep that understanding, I will make your way straight. You know what I'm saying? I will make you, I'll make your way straight. I'll keep you from visiting that dark side and going through all of that. And you don't have to go through none of that. All you got to do is just, stay focused. Keep acknowledging him, and he gonna direct your path. He gonna take you the way you need to go. The way you're supposed to go. Proverbs 3:11 says, my son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his coercion. And Proverbs 3:12, for whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son, in whom he delighteth. Well, in that respect, the whole point of this is like if you were dealing with your own son right now, and you telling your son, boy, be good. Don't be running around out there messing with the people. Don't be, running around following behind them old bad kids. You see them kids throwing rocks, you get away from that, son. You don't throw them rocks. Well, that's the same thing the Most High is doing to us through this word and through these scriptures that I'm reading you right now, and I'm, doing the best I can to break down. The point is for you to chastise your own son, for you to give your son correction and understanding and love. That's the same thing that the Most High is doing for us. He's giving us understanding. He's giving us love. He's correcting us when we do things that we shouldn't be doing. Or he's chastising us for doing the things that we've done. He delights in us. He chose us as a people, Israel. He chose us as a people. You know what I'm saying? Us Hebrew Israelites. He chose us. He didn't choose other nations in the world. He didn't choose the rest of the world. He chose us. And that's why he's given us all these instructions. That's why he's given us all these statutes. That's why he's making sure to understand, making sure to put it out there as plainly as possible, as well as in a sophisticated manner for us when we go older into the scripture. But for right now, he's just letting us know he loves us, and he wants us to do right so that we can come home like we're supposed to. Proverbs 10:21 says, my son, let not them depart from thine eyes, and keep sound wisdom and discretion. And it says, then shalt thou walk in thy, Proverbs 3:23 says, then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. That's a big one, because to be able to walk and not fall, you'll get to your destination quicker. You'll have no pain on your way to your destination. You have no confusion. You have no outside issues, rather than going the direction you're supposed to be going and getting to where you're going in a safe, mannerly fashion. And that's what the whole goal is, that we think that we do out here trying to maintain in this world. We think that we're walking on a path and we just doing what we're supposed to be doing, and everything's supposed to be going smooth, and yet things just keep on falling apart. Well, the reality is things falling apart like that is because we're not on the right road. We're not doing the things that the Most High wants to do. And that's why we keep getting these stumbling blocks put in front of us, and that's why we keep tripping over all this stuff, trying to get into the direction that we're going. So the only way for you to keep those stumbling blocks out of your way, again, is for you to dig into this word and let the Most High do his work in you, that you may be able to go on ahead and shine the way you were meant to shine to begin with. It says, Proverbs 3:27, withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. Now, Proverbs 3:28, say not unto thy neighbor, go and come again tomorrow, and I will give when thou hast it by thee. Now that's big, and that's something that we in this community do a whole lot. If somebody coming up to you and asking you about something, you gotta get to them. Just get to them. You don't know if you're handing the Most High something or not. You don't know if you're doing something out of spirit to spirit, taking notes on each other right then and there during that time. You never know. He's telling you basically, quit lying. Quit lying. If you don't give it to him, give it to him. And if you're not, don't. Let your yes be yes and let your no be no. And he also, makes it very clear that don't be telling your neighbor, all right, man, yeah, I got you, man, but I'm going to give it to you tomorrow. The reality is, if you ain't got it today, you probably ain't going to have it tomorrow either. And there are cases where, like, you get paid tomorrow, you be able to hand somebody something tomorrow. But if you got it sitting right by you, or you got it in your pocket right then, go on and give it to them. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to give it to them. In other words, playing with people's emotions and playing with their feelings is going to get you, caught up. It's going to get you going off. You open the door for multiple things to come in and attack you because of the fact that you put a little simple lie out there. Or, you made a false gesture like that. You know what I'm saying? And it says 328 or 335, verse 335 says, the wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. Well, we know that when we walk outside of this stature and outside of these laws and outside of these ways, that we are being foolish. And that's to us Israelites. And as you wake up, and as we new in the truth, like I am, being new in the truth, this helps me to realize that the closer I get, to the Most High by standing in His Word, the less chance I've got to, being shameful or being shamed. You know what I mean? I don't want to be foolish. No one of us wants to be foolish. But the reality is that's exactly what we are when we're not paying attention to what the Most High is saying to us. Or at least not even trying to get into the Word and try to understand how to hear the Most High and talk with Him. And, so on and so forth. So, with that said, hopefully this video was edifying. I give honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Kakarach, and I give credit to Great Millstone, the apostles and the elders, for teaching this word and pushing this word so that people like me that's waking up new in the truth, and go ahead and learn. And you know, that's it. Shalom.